Hello, everyone. Welcome to Papel Podcast. I'm Michael,
I'm Brandon.
and today we have a special guest, Hachi.
Yay, hi.
So, if you don't know, Hachi has a Let's Play channel on YouTube, and he also does a lot of Panya videos. He also covered 3 videos with the new season, Panya Natural Render Korean server. So, I'll put a link down to the channel below, and you should subscribe because he's awesome.
Alright, here I go. Panya!
So today we're basically, there wasn't an update in basically all the servers, so we're just going to cover our impressions of what we played in the Korean server's new season, Natural Wind. To start off, basically, we're going to give our impressions of the UI design and the menus and how they look and feel. So what do you think of them, Hachi?
They suck. That's all I can say about it right now. I mean, everything is so on the front. Like, you don't have your room no more. Just everything's right there. And if you use the highest quality possible, then it looks so small. So, I just don't like it.
It feels unpersonal.
Exactly.
Like the the room right now, like having the furniture, like the couple different color options you have. It's your own room. It's your place. It's your place to do whatever you want to your characters. Make that creepy Bob. Make that amazing Lucia. But it's kind of like it's all gone now. It just feels open and bleh.
Yeah, I think my main problem with it, apart from as he said, the resolution. If you have it really high, then your menus will be like freaking 3 centimeters across. So
That's kind of what it is now, though. You have like the highest functionality, so much smaller than what it is normally.
yeah, but they really got to fix it.
I know, it's so annoying.
But apart from that, I like that everything is in one place, so then there's less loading. But at the same time, I don't know, it feels like everything's kind of cluttered together. It doesn't feel like it's a separate tab, which is in some way good, but it feels more complicated, which is the complete opposite is what they're trying to go for. They wanted it to be simplified, they wanted it to be in all one place, but now they've added all these different tabs that do different things, and even icons for Grand Prix, Caddy's Cauldron and stuff, they're all changed to random images, so
I think at first it's gonna be difficult to get used to it because we're just so used to going, okay, yeah, that's it. That's Kenny Cole. You don't have to read anything. But people get used to it. We get fine. I prefer the update to happen than not to happen.
yeah.
So it's a win-win-lose in a way.
But the
We're
thing,
gaining so much, but losing a bit as well.
well, the thing I have a problem with is I was just getting used to this new UI. Like, everything was right there, and it wasn't all spread out like the old Season 4 look. So I was just getting used to this one, and just finally getting adjusted to it, and now they're releasing a new UI. And now everything's all over the place, and you gotta find where everything is, like, all over again, basically.
Yeah. I think it's also really distracting. Okay, I get, the My Room thing and the shop thing, that's convenient because your character is there. It may as well, just go in and change the clothes and stuff. But the thing that really, put me off is that all your lobby menus and game menus are actually in the main menu, and your character just kind of sits in a transparent background behind it. And I don't know, it doesn't feel like you're entering a lobby. It feels like you're just opening an information sheet, and it doesn't feel right. So yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be time and effort, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, but we're gonna get used to it, and then they're gonna change it on us again, and then we're gonna be sitting here complaining about that. So either way, it's happening. There's not much we can do about it. We can complain. We're all going to complain, especially me. But it's happened, so...
So, as you mentioned before, they did the remodels, of course. Like that's the main feature of this new season, and I'm I'm enjoying them, but I don't like how they work. As a lot of people have pointed out, they act like a new character rather than just a different option. Because you lose all your rares, you lose all your clothes, and only some rares and some items can be changed into, for the new character, but then you lose it for the old character, and it's such a complicated system that I don't think will work well, especially when it comes to our server.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're just trying to do it for the money purposes only, and that's, you know, we've been dealing with this problem for how many years now, and they still don't get.
It's all about the money.
Exactly, and I'm getting sick of paying for so much for a new character and everything like that. And now that we get like a different revamp of like Hannah and Nuri, we basically have to buy the items all over again. And that's just, I don't have that kind of money to be throwing around for.
Well, the only positive thing that's come out of this, when it comes to the rares, apparently, I mean, I haven't won any rare from Scratchy in the Korean server yet, but apparently if you do win, say you win for Nuri or you win for Hannah, they will come as a bundle, and you'll get the swimsuit or whatever gacha rare it was at the time for both the Hannah and Nuri characters. So sorry, the Hannah
swimsuits when they so the current swimsuits that are in our gacha right now, when the next one comes around, which will have Hannah and Nuri's in it, if you win Hannah's or Nuri's gacha, you will then get the remodel as well.
Yeah. So I think that's good, but I don't know, it just I don't think they're going to keep that for long. I think after a year they're probably going to just kind of throw the old versions away and go on with the new ones, because by then they'll be pretty much done remodeling every character.
Yeah, I think now they're just trying to put them through as just as more of a favour, so people can't complain and whinge. But I think over time they're going to slowly start working through all the gachas, remodeling everything. I'm more than certain they're going to do that for every item, because in the end of the day, having the remodels in, it's going to be like having two completely new characters, and the files may not be able to support a whole nother. There's 10 characters, so another 10 people on that. It's going to be 20 characters in the game itself, technically. So you'll find that the old models will start to be winged out sooner or later.
But at the same time, if they charge the same items twice, then they can potentially make twice the profit.
Yeah.
So because they're treating it like a new character, it'll be like, oh, I can get it for my Hannah. Oh, and I also have it for my remodeled Hannah. Like, I don't know.
I think at first they're going to start doing the gacha thing. Then they're going to start giving out gachas that's only for them. Start weaning the items off them and start giving any new items to the characters. And then over time, maybe bring out remodels of some of the items. Because like most of the gacha items themselves won't need to be really changed. They may need to be like rendered to be a bit more in detail. But that'd be about it. I really think, like, especially the older gacha items, all they have to do is really be rendered a bit more high definition, and then soon they're gonna. I say, man, this time next year, most of the characters will have. I think up to Kaz will have their remodels. Probably getting close to getting Lucy's remodel, and the most of the items, like maybe the Nuri and Hannah we have now, may be out of the game by that time.
Well, they'll still keep them. They just won't support them like they do. Now, like,
but I'm not sure. It's just like, as I said, it's going to have like another 2 more characters in the game, technically in the files themselves. They have another 2 more characters.
It would get complicated, but I think they'll still be fine. I don't know. It's a very complicated way to do everything.
What do you think, Hachi?
My personal take on it is that keep the old characters, because then at least your items will go away permanently. And I agree with what he was saying, that they're going to stop supporting it. I mean, you can still buy the things in the shop and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure that they'll be long forgotten and people will have to move on, or they're going to be stuck in the past with just the old items.
Yeah. It's like, but it's not much you can do right now. I think we're going to have to take everything as they come with this new season. It's going to be we all have to face the fact it's going to be different.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the same Panya that you started in season 4, me starting when Now came out, so season 5, and then Michael starting when Korea first opened. It's not gonna be the same Panya that we remember. It's gonna be something completely different. It's gonna be new. It's gonna be different to try and keep up with other games that are happening right now. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be different and it's gonna be fun. So we might as well.
Like on one... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, my only complaint about it is they should have gone all the way. Like, they did the characters, so why not do, like, the caddies, the mascots, and everything like that, to make it look all fresh all around, you know?
I think they will. Like, I think the characters are going to be first, and then they're going to start maybe working on the courses, then the caddies, or the caddies then courses. I think I will do a visually update everything. It's just going to take time, and they can't put it out all in one big thing. They're going to be like downloading the whole game over again.
Yeah, more or less.
And most people's computers won't be able to handle downloading whole game again. You know what I mean? So I think in time, as we speak, there's probably a team of creative engineers working towards updating all the items probably right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they're working on it, because I'm sure they're not going to just leave it at just the character models. I'm sure everything is going to be visually updated. I mean, like, everything, every item, any item that's been, was in, or won't be in again. I'm sure it all going to be updated. So, you know what I mean?
Well, they kind of already did the same thing by giving the shader options, because the shaders work with any object in the game, and you know they do look a lot better than what it does without them. Of course, it depends on like the lighting situations. Like, play on Ice Inferno and it goes insane, but like I don't think it's enough to, like, you can clearly see the older characters, you know, polygons are quite low count and the textures are still blurry.
Aaron's hair,
don't even get me started. I think the thing that they need to update most, even like kind of before the characters, because the characters you always see, they have to be, you know, really high res, and they got better progressively after like the first and second season, but the courses have always looked very low polygon, very like low resolution texture,
like just like stretched over pictures.
And courses are huge, and they need to keep them, you know, easy to load, because Penya is all about supporting a lot of PCs, so then you can run it on anything. But it's starting to get like, you can't run with the shaders unless you have a really decent computer now, if you want every effect on.
Well, that's just like, that's what shaders are. Any game with shaders, that's exactly what they are. It's just the option for people that have, because like I think the company's starting to realize people with good computers are getting annoyed that all their games are being kept down at people that have that like 5-year-old laptop. So the shaders is a way for people with a good computer can just have the option to make their game look as good as their computer can handle it. Because what's the point in spending $1,000? Like, I spend $4,000 on my computer. What's the point in me spending that money when all my games I'm going to be playing aren't going to be visually updated? They're going to be stuck to a laptop that was made 5 years ago, so that laptop can run it. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's just...
It's just expected.
Yeah, I'm glad that they gave you the option and it's not forced upon you, because then a lot of people with older computers could not, you know, we have to quit instantly. So, I'm glad that it's an option and it's not forced, at least.
Yeah. It wouldn't have been worth doing it if it was false, because people's computers would it would cost more download. I don't know. It will cost something. It's always a cost to everything. It wouldn't be good if they're mandatory, and sometimes the shaders can hurt your eyes, even if they're really pretty.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's like that. they can still hurt sometimes. I've had a few games have shaders, and just over time, moving around constantly, your eyes start to ache a little bit. So that could just be me complaining, but especially if I talk to, they said shaders does hurt sometimes. So it's just but shaders, I prefer having the shaders, not having the shaders.
Yeah. So our next topic is going to be our opinion from what we played with the new assist items, such as the changed auto calipers and the assist, like putting and shooting. So, Hachi, what do you think of these?
It's dreadful. I don't want it. I mean, like the assist, yeah, it's great that it's an option for you if you don't know how to play correctly. But from what I've seen of it, it looks like anyone can access it, and that's just gonna drive a lot of people to go away from the game, because then more calcs are gonna use it, and it's just gonna screw up the game entirely, and you'll just see outrageous records if they know how to utilize it right. And for the L calipers, you know, it's the whole increments of 4 is just ridiculous, and the fact that you can't power cap if you don't use your L calipers, it just seems like it's a step back from what Season 4 used to be.
See, like, with the auto calipers, I mean, I don't use them for the numbers. I just use them so that I can speed up my game and, like, get the bar across quicker and quicker.
Yeah.
That's what I personally use them, and also it does give you, like, a rough estimate to where you should be placing your bar. But I can see, like, you know, I know so many other people who do use them, like, to the pinpoint, and they are going to be very frustrated when they find out, you know, it's really screwed up now.
The numbers are no longer there.
And the fact that, you know, people spend real money to get these, and now, no matter what, you have no choice to change. It will automatically change into the new ones, which are not good. So, I don't think they should have done that. I understand that they're very, you know, they're trying to get rid of hackers and calculators and trying to make the game fair, but there's a difference between fair and, you know, being competitive.
Knowing how to play.
Yeah.
Like, with me, it doesn't really matter. I just shoot no matter where. I'm like, there, it looks like it's gonna go in. It'll be fine. But but I don't know. I don't like the fact that they're getting rid of. Like, I said, they should make those calibers a default, but then use the ones we have now as the paid. So use them per hole as you do now, and when you run out of them, you just have the one without the numbers on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So keep the ones they have now that still get used every hole you do it on, that kind of stuff. But use the other ones as well when those ones run out. Instead of having nothing, you have those instead.
Yeah,
that to me would be maybe a bit more better of an idea. But
well, if you think about it, the regular calipers that are in the shop right now, no one even uses those no more. They're usually gone towards, like, making boosters or whatnot. They should remove that and replace them with the auto calipers that they have now, and give the ones that we know right now as an option. So I'm just spitballing here, but, you know, those calipers that, you know, they're there now, no one even uses them. You know, only like really low level or really new players only use them, but for higher up players, they're useless. So why don't you just get rid of those and give, you know, make
the air knights?
The air knights?
No, the power calipers, the original ones.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm stupid.
You know, just remove the power calipers from the shop, and then just add the calipers to this new season, and give the old ones an option to use too. So, like, if you can't afford, you know, with cash, then buy these as a paying option, and still use the regular ones if you have the money, or win them in, like, quests or whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Like with the power calibers, like, even when I started playing Panya, I never even used them. I just always use them to transfer them into time boosters.
Yeah.
That's all they've ever been good for in my eyes. That or transferring items when you need them. I've never actually equipped them on my hotbar ever.
Also, with the other assist thing, where it basically shows the line of your path where you're going to hit, and when you're putting it, for a few seconds it shows a miracle sign effect, so it shows where you're going to, you know, hit the ball into the hole. So, I mean, the problem I have with this is that anyone can use it. It's just an option for everyone, no matter what your skill level is, and that's good for beginning players, but it's also kind of unfair to players who've already had experience, because as Hachi said, they're going to use this. It's going to be an assist tool to calculate more, and I don't think it will help the newer players that much because they're going to rely on it too much.
Yeah, exactly. But at least this is not going to be taken away from them. Kind of like the other sub server they have on here for the rookies and beginners. It's like the hole is massive on that thing.
Yeah.
They're not going to get used to it. Then they suddenly get kicked out of this area, and then they have no choice but to learn how to play properly. But they fall behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like people get stuck in games with them. Like older players for that, they don't want to play games with a rookie or a beginner. And then if they're playing games with they see a beginner, it's like, okay, maybe they're okay, because like once they leave beginner, they're in senior. It's like, okay, senior, they're not going to be too bad. But if all they've ever done is play on that rookie and beginner server, they're not going to be able to play a game properly. I don't know. They should get rid of things like that, and they should make it also. They should stop focusing on new players for Panya. I understand that's what I think they need to make it accessible for new players. But at the end of the day, there's still a lot of people that have been playing Panya and will keep playing Panya for years.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't like the air note the reason why they released it for players that, need to learn how to shoot properly, where to land it and everything like that? Wasn't that the whole reason why they came out in the first place?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And there's way too many events that completely focus and ignore
on rookies, like the freshman event's been going on for 2 years now. So be one of the top freshmen. Like none of those people are freshmen. All of them are like world pros and stuff like that have gone on and made new accounts to become top freshmen. It's like, what's the point in doing that? Like, give something to the people that have been playing since season 4, season 5, at the start of the server. Give us stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like that to me is a better idea than just always supporting the fresh, like always supporting the new players. Support the veterans, because at the end of the day, the chances of someone brand new buying points for an item is slim. But the chances of someone that's been playing the game for years seeing an item and playing like trying gacha, that kind of stuff, that people that have been playing the games for years are happy to not happy, but they're willing to drop like $50 on the new gacha.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a rookie would never dream of spending that much money on a game that just picked up.
And what better way to advertise your game to friends and family than to make sure that people who've been playing for a few years or whatever feel welcome. Like if they really like the game and they know that they're getting supported, then yeah, I'll totally recommend it to my family and friends. But a new player can be just like, oh, look at, I've got all these items, this is boring, there's no chance.
Don't know what it is, then stop playing.
Yeah. That's not how you go by advertising your game. So
focus on the people that got you where you are now.
What do you think, Hachi?
Well, personally, the whole assist thing, at least it's good that if you're playing in tournaments and whatnot, at least it'll tell you that you were using the assist, so at least people are knowing, well, hey, this person plays in these tournaments, maybe I should avoid them, versus people who don't have the assist on the records, can play with them, because at least they're legit.
Yeah.
And I also think it gets in the way sometimes. Sometimes it's inaccurate, so I'm trying to shoot where the spots tell me where to shoot, and it completely misses, so it just throws me off, and that's why I don't even use it now.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff we're not sure about yet until this new season comes out. But it's just more what we see, what we hear, and it's just there's a lot of things we're not used to. It's going to be very frustrating. But take it as it comes, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our next topic is going to be we found out a few days ago the Japanese name for the new season. For some reason they're having a separate name. Instead of Natural Wind, it's going to be Panya Fresh Up. What do you think of this, Hachi?
It looks like a marketing play for, like you said earlier, Mountain Dew. When we were talking off camera.
It really does. Like, it's got the same type of font and the same, bubbles and air coming out of the logo and stuff. And just, the word fresh and up. it seems like an uplifting drink that's so like delicious and bubbly. It doesn't seem like, oh, an exciting new server like season that's going to give you new characters and courses.
And it sounds so corny too, like United when that came out, that sounded corny too because it should have been called Open Tournament like Korea, but no, we have to be united like a team, and coincidentally enough that was the same time Europe got liquidated and was bought out by Global, so now it was really called United. It's like, come on.
Yeah. I don't know. I think all of their naming for the seasons is really bad. Like, I don't know. The first 4 were good, but then after that it got like really confusing. Like Tomahawk, and then Open Tournament, and Grand Prix, and United. It's like they should just name it Season something instead of whenever they name it now.
At least Grand Prix made sense because at least they were advertising the new mode that they were showing off, so that made sense. But everything else is like, what?
What do you think of the new name, Brendan?
Just sounds like another typical Penya name.
Yeah.
Like, in the day, that's what they are. I'm sure it's just gonna. They're trying to be different, Korea, not Korea, Japan. So.
Well, I find it interesting that Japan gets its own name. Like, it really shows how independent Japan is, like, contract-wise.
Yeah, it seems like everything that Global and Korea does, they just go the completely opposite route from what we're trying to do altogether.
Yeah.
It almost seems like the rebellious server, but they have so much more than Korea even does, which, you know, I personally think one day they're going to be the last server alive when everyone else goes down.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, the way they are now, that's gonna. They're gonna be the last ones.
I mean, if it weren't for the Japanese server, we wouldn't have crossovers like, you know, Hatsune Miku crossover, like Madoka and stuff like that. And, like, those sold really, really well on every server they came to. But they didn't come to Korea till, like, 3.5 years later, and they barely even came to our server, so... yeah.
Despite popular demand.
I think it must be a licensing, right, like, issue.
Probably.
Yeah,
suppose.
it has to be.
Because they didn't bring the Madoka stuff over here until there was a movie releasing in America, like, around the same time, so I guess it's gonna be that, I don't know.
But even like the Hello Kitty set, which is like the oldest collaboration set that was ever released, you know, we had the rights over here in America to, you know, show it off and advertise and whatnot. You would think Global would have the potential of getting them to collaborate with them at least once.
You would think a game about cute things would advertise things about cute things in their game.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so on to our next topic, we're going to talk about natural wind, which is, you know, the main feature of at least the Korean side of the new season. So can you just go, like, give a brief overview of how it works, Hachi?
Basically what it is it's the natural wind that we're used to, except it's a permanent feature. Like the normal winds that you're used to playing with straight winds going one direction, that's taken out of the game permanently, and from what I've seen, the only option you can play with it is on Grand Prix Class 3. Not even Investigate, not even Grand Zodiac has straight winds no more. It's all natural wind. And the thing is you can see the wind now, but the wind itself doesn't move like slowly like you're used to. Now it just moves in one direction for a few seconds, and it'll move to another direction, which is kind of neat, but at the same time it can also be broken, because I've noticed that the wind will go, you know, flat tailwind or flat, what's the word I'm looking for? It can break the game potentially, because Calyx rely on straight winds, and if they wait long enough, because I've seen Korea holding 45-minute rooms now, and that's like the norm now because they're just waiting specifically for that wind to go one direction, and they know exactly when and where to shoot now. So I think that's kind of breaking the game, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I like that, it's a challenge now because, I think their goal with this whole upgrade and this new season was to try to get rid of as many calculators and hackers into the game and make it fair for everyone. But, I don't know. I think this is the wrong way to do it because it's gonna scare off newer players. And for older players, they're gonna waste newer players' time as well, so... I'm not gonna like it because I'm bad enough with normal wins. So, with constantly changing wins, that's gonna be even worse. However, I do like that, in Natural Win before, it was just based off color. It was like red, yellow, or green. But now you can actually see how much wind it is. It just changes direction, so... It's better than it could have been, so... Okay, yeah, so that's about it from us. So, yeah, thank you, Hachi, for joining the podcast today.
No problem, it was an honor being here, and I hope to be here next time when you're doing another one of these.
Thank you. Yeah, so everybody, you should really check out his channel below, because it's a really good channel. He's done 3 videos completely showing video and everything for the new season, so if you're interested in what we talked about today, go check them out and subscribe. So yeah, is that all from you, Brennan?
Yeah, that's all from me.
Okay, thank you for watching, everybody.
Boy.
Boy.
Bye.